Good day. I am Matthias of Regenerations Creations, and this is another video about my personal philosophy. Today's topic is that reality is a lot more strange than I know, so I must always stay curious. This topic does overlap a bit with my first belief, that I know nothing, but with a little different bent to it. As a history major in college, I studied a lot of ancient civilizations, and it was amazing to me to take a peek back through the veil of time to try to understand how people lived in a totally different time, location, and society. We do have a tendency, though, to look back at the people of the past and think that they were just so much more dumb than we are today. They didn't know about penicillin, air conditioning, cars. What were those chumps up to? I like to do this with my own life. So I look back at things that I used to believe and laugh at how much they've changed because of how much that I've learned. In doing this, I realized that about every decade of my life, my core beliefs have seemed to change. As a 10-year-old, I was all in for Catholicism. It was the way, the truth, and the light. No questions asked. Most people around me were Catholic, or at least Christian. So it seemed like God and the church's teachings were just commonly accepted reality. Then, at 20, I was a strident atheist. I had gotten more information on the history of Christianity and its many less savory moments and deeds. Then I studied all the major world religions and realized Christianity had no unique claim to morality or to a path to the divinity. This shattered everything I thought that I knew, and I was confident that now I knew the truth. It's all BS. Then I turned 30, looked back at my days of atheism and anti-theism, and I just had to laugh. I saw that I had just traded one belief system for another. I had let another belief system fully color my worldview again. Now I was agnostic and spiritual, seemingly combining what I saw as the best aspects of my previous two belief systems. But I will always have more to learn, and I hope that I never stop growing on my spiritual journey. So, what will I believe when I'm 40? Maybe I'll have gone back to a previous belief, or maybe I will look back at all these videos that I made and laugh at how wrong I was. It's a mystery, but it makes me excited to stay alive and find out where it's going to go. So this was a quick overview, but my beliefs didn't just change at the decade mark. Each took time, effort. The change was slow and gradual. So I hope to keep maintaining that gradual progress just a little bit every day. To help keep this outlook on my growth and development, I like to remember a line that I came up with based on Stoic philosophy. The obstacle becomes the way, so adapt and learn every day. Whatever is in our way helps to shape us just as much as the things that propel us. All the hardships that we overcome make us stronger, more resilient, and more adaptable. Failure is the best teacher, if we are strong enough to endure it and wise enough to learn from it. This also helps me stay a lifelong learner by reminding myself that there will always be an obstacle to overcome, meaning there will always be more to learn and to improve upon. So I need to keep my mind open and adaptable so that I can keep on learning. But the problem with keeping your mind open is that stuff can kind of just fall in sometimes. I'm prone to believing what I hear. I try to take everyone at face value and assume they're not lying to me, but this does make me vulnerable to trickery and falsehood. However, if I close myself off to the thoughts of others and the absurdity of reality, then how will I continue to learn and grow? I feel like I am very easy to lie to, and I tend to believe the first thing that I hear about a topic. In philosophy class, we try to learn to think critically and rationally, but I struggle with this all the time. I'm drawn to conspiracy theories about aliens, sacred geometry, cryptids, supernatural occurrences. I don't really believe or build my core ideas around these things, but I love the strange and the obscure. The problem is those things often don't blend well with the way that we normally perceive reality. I guess it's something like the two sides of my personality at conflict. There's the logical adult in me that wants to find the truth and the facts. Then there's the child in me who wants there to be magic and wonder in the world. When thinking about this, I'm reminded of another saying. Your job is not to be the smartest person around. It's merely to not find yourself among the ranks of the insane. It also makes me think of the logic behind Buddha's teaching of the middle path. Don't be the rich guy who only cares about material things, But also, don't be the super strict monk who never eats or experiences pleasure in an attempt to be good. Now, I'm sorry to any Buddhists watching. Yeah, I hope I haven't disrespected or misrepresented the teachings, but that's kind of what a small part of what I took from. Anyways, I feel like I need to always be skeptical and test information with logic and evidence before believing, but also leave some room in there for unknowns, for the magical. Maybe the world is nothing more than organic and non-organic matter floating around aimlessly, but I think it's so much more interesting and fun to at least speculate on the strange out there and some new ideas. So I want to stay rational, but also stay curious. Thank you. Have a good day.